Luckily, I'm able to find a wall to lean against for a few minutes.
お待たせしました。
On her return, Sarah's still unsteady on her feet, but at least she doesn't seem quite so pale. Yeah, it looks like she'll manage.
すみません。先ほどはなんというか、非常にお見苦しいところを。
Or could her cheeks be flushed from some other reason? Don't worry, I've got no problem with you relieving yourself in front of me, if you need to. Okay, man.
さすがにしませんよ。
Okay, there we go. No scat though. That's a bit much.
ですからしませんから。
Scat. Scat. You've piqued my interest. Isn't like a man scat? Well, that's a sket. Sket. Fine. Scat. Go away, leave me alone, scat. 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 Using the sound of the voice, droppings. Ah, so she needs to poo. Amazing. Hilarious. Oh, the color's definitely returned to her cheeks now.
母も昔はリフトに乗るたびに酔っていたそうで、やはり血筋には逆らえないということでしょうか。
Jeans, huh?
いえ、私の精進が足りない証拠ですね。早くこの名に恥じない女性になりませんと。
Your name?
聖典に出てくるサラという聖人は奇跡をなし、この世から全ての争いを排したと言われています。
Oh, I don't really get it, but that sure sounds impressive. So, is she a saint as well?
まあ、お恥ずかしながら。
What kind of relationship did Sarah have with Setsuna? Sarah grows wide-eyed and appears at a total loss for words. She's clearly shocked about something. No, I didn't mean us. I'm talking about the figures in the scriptures.
そうですよね。
Sarah breathes a sigh of relief, then slips back into work mode.
聖典におけるサラの役割は預言者です。
Sarah's role in the scriptures is that of a prophet. Sarah, Sarah, Seraha, Sarah, Sarah.
サラは神からの預言をセツナに与え、聖地アバロンへと導いたとされています。
That's it? Nothing raunchier?
聖典に何を期待してるんですか、セツナさんは。
It's just that the story I heard from Dinne was a touch more vulgar.
まあ、聖典の解釈には色々ありますから。
Sarah looks away.
例えば、セツナとサラの間には肉体関係があったのではないかと。
Oh, that's genuinely quite interesting.
確かにそれを示唆する一説はあります。ですが、時系列を追って整理すれば、そんな事実はなかったということがわかります。なんといってもサラは聖人、完全無欠の女性なのですから。
Okay, Albedo. I don't think anyone is entirely without fault in the real world. Legends are often romanticized and embellished over time. Even more so if it's a holy text you're dealing with. Still, it's good for people to have an ideal that they can strive toward.
それに比べて、私なんてまだまだ。
An ideal that unattainable can become simply crushing though. It's alright. You definitely surpass the saint in at least one area. It's obvious, right? Your boobs! Huh? Why the big sigh?
一瞬でもセツナさんに期待した私が愚かでした。やはりまだ精進が足りないようですね。さあ、いつまでも無駄な議論をしてないでいきましょうか。みんな待ちわびている頃でしょうし。
Pointless? Hang on, Sarah, boobs aren't pointless at all. They're the opposite of pointless. I followed Sarah for a while, down several winding paths. She said that everyone was waiting for us, but All I see are ruins. There's no sign of human life here, as far as I can tell. It's eerily dim down here, and it feels pretty cold too. Where are we, by the way?
第4層。俗に元居住区と呼ばれる階層です。
We're on the 4th level, so one floor below the present residential district. Looking around though, all these buildings are on the verge of collapse. Do resemble old housing
ご
blocks.
覧の通り、30年ほど前に放棄されてからというもの、立ち入り禁止となったままです。
Entries forbidden?
さて、この辺りでいいでしょう。
Sarah comes to an abrupt halt in a small, somewhat open space amongst the ruins. Then when she slowly opens the basket in her arms... Whoa! Whoa, where are all these kids coming from?
皆さん、今日はたくさん用意してきましたので、どうぞお好きなだけ。
No sooner has Sarah spoken than one of the boys approaches her. No sooner has Sarah spoken than one of the boys has approached her, snatching a sandwich from her hand and retreating into the shadows once more.
慌てなくても大丈夫ですよ。はい、ここに置いておきますからね。
The moment that Sarah sets the basket on the floor and sets back, the children cluster around it like sugar ants. That's 10 of them. More. There's 10 of them, no more. I had no idea so many of them were hiding here. Who are they?
昨日までのせつなさんと同じですよ。
Okay, I'm back. I went to the toilet. So, in other words, they're collarless. I take a glance at the children's necks. Sure enough, there isn't a collar to be seen. The clothes they're wearing are grossly ill-fitting and riddled with holes. Some children are wearing things that aren't clothing in any sense of the word.
今の教会のシステムでは、認識票のない人間に食料は配給されません。賢い大人であれば、別の手段で食料を入手することもできますが、小さな子供たちにはそれも叶いません。
So that's why you're doing this?
他言は無用でお願いしますね。本当は規則違反ですので。
Okay, I don't think I'll have any more distractions. I should be able to continue. Shut up, phone. I should be able to continue now. See, so that's how it is. Jeez, you're pretty crafty, aren't you?
ずるいですか？
You chose me to be a bodyguard because I'd been collarless myself until yesterday, right?
そんなことは、いえ、もしかしたらそうなのかもしれませんね。
People trying to keep to the straight and narrow would normally harbor some degree of prejudice towards the collarless, and likely try to keep their distance. Whether she's aware of it or not, that must have been what Sarah thought. Given that I was collarless until very recently, I'd have been unlikely to Given that I was collarless until very recently, I'd have been unlikely to reproach her for giving food to the less fortunate. But still, why would Sarah do this? Sarah obviously I sound like Google Translate. Sarah obviously lives a life of luxury as the Cardinal's daughter, so why would she... Then, interrupting my train of thought.
ありがとう、コーンのお姉ちゃん。
The little girl at Sarah's feet beams up at her, clutching a sandwich in both hands. Corn lady. She disappears into the shadows. She's fast as lightning.
みんないつもはもう少し友好的なのですが。
Guess they're scared of me.
懐かれたいのでしたら、もう少し笑えばいいかと。
I'm pretty sure they'd be running for the hills if I tried smiling at them. I make eye contact with a boy who's peering at us over a crumbling wall. It's like he's been here. He's been there all along. Sure you don't want one? They're going fast, you know. No time at all, only a single sandwich is left in the basket. But the boy makes no attempt to come out from the shadows. Are you sure? I'll have it if you won't. As I move to pick up the last sandwich, making as though to eat it, suddenly I hear something flit past my ear, and then a sharp yelp. I turn around. Sarah's crouched over, clutching the side of her head. At her feet lies blood-smeared rock. Sarah?
平気です。かすっただけですから。
I'm sure it's not. Let me have a look at it.
平気です。平気ですから。
On reflex, I manage to stop the stone midair as it flies straight at Sarah's face. Turning back in the direction it came from, I spot a boy from before, gearing up for the third shot. Hey, what are you doing, brat? The boy looks startled. What, you want to play ball? Fine, I'll play with you. Catch this. I grip the rock in my hand and prepare to throw it. I know. I'm just trying to frighten him. I'm telling you, kid, I don't like going easy on people. I'm going to put all my strength into this. But the boy doesn't run away. Instead, he heads straight for me and he doesn't move a muscle, and my rock goes flying off to the side. Why is he not running away? He's scared. What was that?
絶対に殺してやる。お前らなんか皆殺しにしてやる。
Hey, that's not very
ちゃ
nice.
んの仇を取ってやるんだ。
Huh? Avenge? Who?
忘れたのか。
What are you talking about?
人を殺しておいて忘れたってのか。
For a moment, my body stiffens at the sound of the boy's words. It's like I've been struck in the head with a blunt object.
忘れたからって許すもんか。人殺しはいつか魔女の裁きを受けるんだからな。
Having discovered my weakness, the boy dashes away. I'm left rooted to the spot. Sarah's crouched down near me, her basket also sitting close at hand. There's a single sandwich still inside. There were so many children here just a few minutes ago. Now any trace of their presence has vanished. Ugh. Oh god. Yeah. Are you hurt, Sarah? I kneel down and examine her face. Huh?
見ないでください。
But
平気だと言ったじゃないですか。
the glimpse I got tells a different story. Face is streaked with tears.
ねえ、せつなさん。
Yeah, what is it? She answers, trying her best to keep her face out of view.
私は忘れたことなど一度もありませんよ。
She must be referring to what the boy said earlier.
そして許されたなどと思ったことも。
Yeah, right. I definitely would forget if it weren't me. The crime doesn't disappear along with the memories. Forgetting it is just without meaning. That's why I'm here, to atone for my crime. I'm here so that one day I'll receive someone's forgiveness. So maybe, just maybe,
きっと私はいずれ魔女の裁きを受けるのでしょうね。
Sarah's the same too.
お気づきになりましたか？あの子たちのほとんどが同じくらいの年齢だということに。
Having returned to the top stratum, we sit down on a bench where we ate lunch before. A stream of light from the center of the dome, yeah, actually I got it right for once. A stream of light from the center of the dome gradually thaws our frozen bodies and souls. Even Sarah's pallid face has finally returned to its usual healthy shade, although her expression is still clouded. Now that you mention it, that's right, they were all around the same height. Perhaps around elementary school age, final year? It's not like they sort themselves by school year. You'd expect there to be more variation in their age.
すべては13年前の認識票制度の改革が原因なんです。
13 years ago?
その日以来、新しく生まれた子供に認識票が発行されることはなくなりました。
I see. So that's what it is. Didn't mention it in our conversation yesterday. People without collars aren't given any rations. An infant might avoid starvation for a while if each parent shared some of their rations, but after that, would parents be able to keep that up until the child could stand on their own 2 feet? No, finding work is impossible without a collar to begin with. And who would raise them? If either parent remained out of work, their collar would be confiscated and their food taken away.
今の制度の下では、子供を育てることは不可能です。
But as long as people carry on as usual with their lives, children are going to be born. Then any newborn babies are... Suppose it's not worth going. Of course, their fates are sealed. If there's no way of raising them.
それでも、教会が方針を変えることはありませんでした。次第に出生率は低くなり、近年では新たな子供は生まれていません。
I have to wonder if that's really truth. Still, I guess she's correct in the sense that there aren't any small children here on the island. So that means the kids back there were...
はい。改革の直後に生まれ、親に捨てられた子供たちです。
Poor unfortunate orphans, forgotten over time, swept away in the wake of dreams. No, that's not quite right. They're not the ones who met with rich fortune. They're the lucky ones, the ones who survived. Why would the church push through such a crazy change? Sarah's eyes widen a little, perhaps in shock. It's an obvious question, right? After staring at my face for a while, Sarah lets out a despairing sigh.
アイランドの未来のためです。
The future?
セツナさんは、人が生きていくためになくてはならないものは何だと思われますか？
Dreams?
まあ、間違ってはいないと思いますが。
Huh? Did I say something weird?
かつて豊かだった時代には、確かにそうだったのかもしれませんね。しかし、今のアイランドに、夢や希望を追う余裕はありません。土は枯れ、水は濁り、空気は汚れ。食料生産の効率は低下の一途をたどっています。適切に管理し、計画的に消費しなければ、すぐに枯渇することになるでしょう。
Dreams may be enough to satisfy the mind, but that won't fill the stomach. A man without a hope can still survive. A man without can't.
私たちには未来を守る責任があります。そのための配給制度であり、認識票制度なのです。
Turn it up. So basically, regulating the population of the island to slow the birth rate, because there isn't enough food for everyone. Is that it? No, regulating isn't a strong enough term. Reality.
そう。私たち教会は、間接的に人を殺しているんです。いえ、場合によっては、直接的にも。
I look up at the sky. These clouds may only be pasted on the ceiling, but they still feel somehow oppressive.
認識票の発行制限が施行された当時、教会には、連日のように反対する人々が押しかけ、暴動に発展することもしばしばでした。私は、そんな光景を目にしながら育ちました。周りの大人たちからは、このアイランドの歴史では何度も繰り返されてきたことだと教えられながら、すべては神の定めた宿命なのだ。
Sarah, princess of this island. Like hell she is, she's more of a symbol of the church that everyone else despises. No matter how much they invoke the name of God, they're nothing but murderers in the eyes of the people.
幻滅しましたか？
Disappointed? Why would I be? Already pretty used to seeing her cry. Besides, I'm not going to criticize the way the church does things. Sometimes you have to sacrifice one thing in exchange for something else. I know that much at least. I'm not a kid. Doesn't run on hopes and dreams. If two people have somebody's going to wind up fighting it. They can stubbornly try to hold out together, but how likely is that going to work? In the end, the weak must be sacrificed. Know-nothing dumbos who are going to accomplish anything in life, guys like well, they're better off dead. And if they won't lie down and die, they should never be allowed to forget their crimes.
ですが、その先に本当に未来はあるのでしょうか。
Sarah's muttering drags me back to reality.
おそらく、いつまでも認識票の発行制限が続くことはないでしょう。次の世代を生み出せる若者がいなくなれば、食料の枯渇を待つまでもなく、私たちの未来は途絶えてしまうのですから。おそらくは、あと数年のうちに解除されるかと。ですが、一度枯れた土が戻ってくるわけではありませんし、濁った水が再び澄むわけでもありません。いくら計画的に人口調整を行ったとしても、先細りは避けられないでしょう。
It's almost like we're on a sinking ship. Maybe you're lucky enough to reach land, but unless we do, it's only a matter of time before we drown. Everyone who's been sacrificed, and the lives those sacrificed have saved, it will all go to waste.
教会のやり方は、問題の先延ばしでしかないんです。
Then why does everyone follow their teaching so obediently?
みんながみんな納得しているわけではありませんよ。ですが、今の私たちにできるのは、先人のやり方に習うことだけなんです。
The past dictates the present. Is that the destiny God has granted us?
もしかしたら、この世界には、終末の時が迫っているのかもしれませんね。
Yeah, maybe. And if we manage to eke out a future for ourselves, repeating the same actions is not going to change our destination. It won't be a real future.
私は、アイランドを救いたい。
Which is for it to end.
アイランドに住むみんなを、幸せにしたい。
They're hoping for is the sliver of happiness, that's all. For the people precious to them to be left smiling, that's the future they want.
もし私に、サラのような力があれば。
More responsibility falls on those who survived due to the sacrifice of others. Is there anything we can do now, standing here alive? Is there some way of changing the future? Here, you have it. The last sandwich, you vomited up everything you ate at lunch, so you must be hungry, surely.
ですが、
Sarah's lost for words, mind seemingly possessed by the boy's remarks. Honestly. You won't have any strength if you don't eat, and anyway, I forced the sandwich into Sarah's hand. You like corn, don't you?
もう。
Then eat as much as you can. I'm sure you can be like the Sarah of the scriptures yourself one day. Kind of girl who, no matter how bleak the future is in her strength, that of the people.
はい。
She answers quietly and firmly, before digging to the sandwich with gusto. She's going to be fine. However much reality may stand in her way, her ideals will lend her strength, as long as she doesn't forget. Ideals have the power. Ideals have that power. They open a way to the future. Never Airando. What have I learned from shadowing Sarah all afternoon? Mainly that work at the church is extremely tedious. Most of it involves sitting at a desk, doing paperwork, and the rest of listening to the citizens and endless gripes. This and that's broken, so you'd better fix it. Shut up, my nosy neighbors, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I like you, date me, marry me. Yeah, the latter half of the lips. Gripes in any sense, are they? Another thing I realized was that while some residents idolize her, some really don't. Those who do look up to her treat her like some kind of princess, and those who don't hardly make eye contact. Say as little as possible. But there's one thing both groups have in common, and that's their expectations of Sarah. Each and every one of them is looking to free themselves from their present situation, and then they thrust that hope onto her. They think, she might be able to do something for me, or things might be better if only she would disappear. Sarah doesn't look as if she finds the job itself difficult per se, but I get the sense that she's fed up with people's piling their selfish desires on her. Sarah said so herself. She wants to save the island. She wants to make everyone happy. But do those words really come from the heart? We humans are always trying to rise to each other's expectations. We're social creatures. It's a way of reaffirming of our own self-worth. In responding to the needs of others, though we develop our own issues, inferiority complexes, even superiority complexes, we forget our own wishes. When we finally notice, it's after we've already been swallowed up by society, now a little more than cogs in the machine. Sarah's wish is a remarkable one. I want to cheer her on. I want to do whatever I can to make it come true. No, someone as brilliant as her can manage it without my help. But what will she do? What will she be left feeling once her wishes have been granted? A sense of satisfaction for at least achieving something? Or one of emptiness for having lost all her purpose in life? Or might she then discover her true desires? When I said this to a guard who saved me yesterday, he just laughed at me and called me a funny guy. According to him, one's purpose in life is something that's created, not discovered. He told me that I would understand when I'm older, but we're not that different in age, him and I. Of course, he went on to tell the location of the brothel which specialized in housewives, saying, "Older women are great! They're full of life experience!" I'm never going there. I'm into younger girls. Saying that, I'm not so great with kids. Guess the winning combo would be baby face and really giant boobs.
はい。何かおっしゃいましたか？
Crap, did I say that out loud? Did I skip something? Oh. Nothing, just thinking about what I'm going to toss together for dinner tonight.
そろそろ夜ですものね。お料理はいつもせつなさんが？
No, it's usually Dinne who... Wait. The only meal she's given me have consisted of bread and nothing else. And I get the feeling that I'm good at cooking, somehow. It might be good to cook something for them. I need to thank her for saving me. Oops. You know, just thank her for everything she's done each day. Express my general gratitude.
妹思いのお兄さんなんですね。見かけによらず。
I don't look the type? Kinda rude. She's right, though. I don't look like her brother. But yeah, cooking something for her might not be a bad idea. The problem is deciding what to make. From what I've seen, the only ingredients available are bread, dried meat, and flour of some sort.
ちょうど今日は仮想の発掘隊が帰ってくる日ですので、珍しい調味料が入荷しているかもしれませんね。特に香辛料の類は希少ですので、ご入り用でしたらお早めにお求めになるのがいいかと。
Spices, huh? I might even be able to make up some curry.
就業時間までもう少しありますが、せつなさんも今日は初日ですし、この辺りで切り上げるとしましょうか。
Don't worry about me. I've just been standing around most of the time.
いえいえ、私も少し疲れてしまいましたので。
Sarah lets out a small sigh and smiles as though to hide her exhaustion. Well, she did have to tend all those people.
そういえば、ハリス衛兵長とお知り合いなのですか？先ほど親しげにお話しされていたようですが。
Paris? Oh, the guy with the housewife fetish. Huh. How should I put it? He helped me out a while back. I decided to just gloss over the details. I can't tell her that I totally got lost right next to my house.
面倒見のいい方ですからね。以前、母のナイトをされておりまして、私もいろいろとお世話になりました。
He was a knight too? So that would make him my senpai then. I should have addressed him more politely.
細かいことを気にされる方ではありませんよ、彼は。
Still, the first thing I said to him today was, "Oh, you're that cougar chaser from yesterday." Did come back at me with, Hey, you're the guy who was trying to get with an underage hooker last night." What the hell were we doing? Having such a risky conversation in the middle of the church. Yeah, it definitely wasn't a big deal.
大切なのは、相手を尊敬し、 尊重する気持ちなのです。態度は気持ちを伝えるための手段の一つに過ぎません。
She makes a lot of sense, but... what's there to respect in a guy with a housewife fetish? Thanks for taking the trouble to see me off.
そうはいきません。なんといっても今日は初日ですから。
I'm not a kid. The two of us walk along side by side beneath a starry sky. I have to say, this weird night view really does gives me the creeps.
ほら、子供みたいに不安な顔されてるじゃないですか。
Oh, she's a perceptive one. You live at the church, don't you? What if anything happens to you on the way back?
私の身の心配をしてくださるのですか？
It's my job.
今は勤務時間外ですよ。
Sarah jerks, then chuckles to herself. It's a wonder that she's so optimistic after what happened this afternoon. Well, from what I've gathered these past couple of days, the security's worse on the lower strata, so she should be safe up here. Though, I have to say, nowhere on the island is exactly safe.
では、お言葉に甘えて、ここまでにさせていただきますね。
Sarah stops at the top of the staircase leading down to the second stratum.
申し訳ありません。リフトの免許証をお貸しできればいいのですが、規則でして。
Don't worry, taking the stairs will be good exercise for my legs, and I may be blessed with a glimpse of someone's skirt.
そんなものより神を拝んでください。
I told you, didn't I? I don't believe in God, but I do have faith in what lies up girls' skirts.
まあ、人には信仰の自由がありますから。
She just brushed it off.
ただし、くれぐれも人の道は踏み外されませんよ。
And I get a reprimand to boot. Sarah's one tough cookie when she's in work mode. Must be because of all the facing the people day in, day out.
お昼がサンドイッチ一つでは、さすがにお腹が空いてきてしまいました。
Yeah, I'm thinking of making some curry. I don't really know what Dinah likes, but most kids are into curry.
やはり伝統料理は喜ばれますよね。私も料理当番の日はよく作ります。
Traditional cuisine? Curry?
確かに、ハンバーグこそが真の伝統料理だと主張する方もいますが、製法が失われてしまった今となっては、もはや伝統とは呼べないのではないかと。
It's just minced pork and breadcrumbs, right?
ですが聖典によると、ハンバーグカレーという究極の料理があったとかなかったとか。
These scriptures sound more like a recipe collection than a holy text.
せつなさんは、カレーのコーンは煮込む派ですか？後乗せ派ですか？
If I had to choose... Wait, don't just assume I just threw corn in there.
入れないんですか？
Don't look at me like I'm an alien. It's not that shocking.
特別にお分けしますので、ぜひ入れてみてください。コクと香りが段違いですよ。
Sarah forces a can of corn into my hand. Where were you hiding that? Don't just stash away extra cans and watch where you're drooling. I can't keep up with her antics.
私としては、やはり煮込むのがベストかと。コーンの甘みが出ますので、香辛料は多めに入れるのがコツです。それから、型崩れを防ぐために最初に軽く炒めて。
I get it. I'm grateful that you're letting me have it. You can calm down.
失礼しました。
I'm not sure how we ended up here, but it looks like corn curry is on the menu tonight. Will I manage alright if I've only ever made curry from a packet before? Well, it's a traditional dish, so I'm sure I can get to ask the owner of the store. That's right, I don't have any money. Sarah panics, digging in her pockets.
申し訳ありません。私そびれていました。
I take the envelope she offers. Oh, it's thicker than I thought it'd be. Well, that's not surprising. There's obviously been a fair amount of currency inflation here on the island.
協会の規定に従い、日給1億円となります。
100 million yen? My family will be living in the lap of luxury for generations. Am I in heaven? Life here is easy, almost too easy.
それでは、また明日もよろしくお願いします。
You can count on me. I'll work super duper hard. Yeah, work and earn. 100 million.